Is your character not as agile as you would like?
Karluk looks at Euphemia and says, I really wish he would have missed, and then just falls over.
Is DM's grace in short supply?
Oh, and the candles go out
Yeah.
on the Minotaur's horns.
Is compassion not your character's strong suit?
Minotaur more like beef or more like cannibalism? I'm asking for a friend.
Is persuasion your dump stat?
Be prepared for a caster. Please do not move on their own.
There's no caster here.
Listen long enough, and you too might learn how to roleplay 8 charisma.
All right, hey, welcome back, and it's time now for a summary of last session. And again, our faithful dwarf Ulrich did indeed take the most damage last session, thanks to an argument. So, Joe, what happened last session?
Aye, so if I remember correctly, we killed the dragon, skinned the dragon, went down the road, ran to a band of hobgoblins who want to take all our food, our dragon pieces, and our horses. We had Pyrrhic and, let's see, who else? Euphemia, and I think Thrall went forward to treat with them, but they were not willing to make one bit of thing. Oh, I forgot. And then they started mentioning something about a bugbear. Just like that, we were ready to go. And I'm pretty sure that at that point in time, Karluk has got into it, and the fight is on. And I have no clue what's going on. I'm in the back taking care of the horses. That's the summary, and that's as long as I'm going to make it.
The goose and the bugbear both need to die.
All right. So yes, there was a few details there that made last time a little bit interesting near the end. The first one was that these guys actually did have a symbol. I will reshare the crest there for everyone to see on their shields and on the back banners of this massive ogre with a howdah on his back. And in the howdah, there appear to be some prep tables along with a goblin up there who was sniffing a lot and identified that you are actually traveling with horses and dragon parts. And the hobgoblins were quite clear that they didn't want to hurt anyone. They just required all your horses as well as the dragon parts. Some of you sort of discerned that maybe that symbol might be connected to the cave inn. But unfortunately, Karluk, also what happened last time, which was sort of interesting, was they did mention bugbears a couple times, but Pyrrhic very creatively was creating a goose honking sound anytime anyone said bugbear. So Karluk couldn't quite figure it out, although he did have read mind up. And then the timing was a little off once for Karluk. Bugbear got out. Karluk advanced, read minds, realized there was a bugbear, and his eyes started to turn red. And that's where we paused right before this martial group, heavily armored group of shield and spear and bow wielding hobgoblins standing in front of you, along with some other things behind them. So, and I believe we were getting ready to roll for initiative just to see the order of things because it was getting kind of tight and Karluk was looking a little angry. So why don't we go ahead and roll for initiative? Doesn't mean you have to fight. You can still try to talk your way out of this, but let's just roll for initiative to get things going in order because it could get nasty here.
Click your tokens before you roll.
I see Ulrich. I see Thrallric in the initiative list so far. And I see Karluk in the initiative list. I feel like I'm on
What are you, Romper Room?
Romper Room. I see Johnny and Joe and Seppi. I see Euphemia. I see Pyrrhic. I see Dean. I see Ulrich. I see everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 whole players. It's a party. All right.
Okay. Before we start, I want to make 2 things very clear. Okay. These bugbears, inspired hobgoblins, were trying to find a new path, and therefore they weren't interested in killing us all. And so I was very much interested in helping them get their reform on. But conversely, Cowlick has made his stance on bugbears and things bugbear related perfectly clear. And I respect that. So we have a choice as a group right now to let Cowlick charge them and get beat down, and then we'll pick him up later, or join in the fray. And, somebody's going to get a lesson either way. Like the hobgoblins can get a lesson in don't threaten people, or better martial tactics as they have their tanks to the front. Or we can have a lesson for our Minotaur that says, maybe you should reconsider your universal bugbear association policy through a way of pain. I'm just saying, there's we have a couple of decision gates right here.
So I want to make sure we're clear in that. So what you're saying then is that peace is a well from which the stream of joy runs, but also that those that cannot be counseled cannot be helped. Is that correct?
No, but I'm just going to let it go now, and I'm just going to nod and say, that's very interesting. It's fine.
All right.
I've got a question, though, before we start this little shindig. How do we know they're not right? I mean, it sounds like they've got a very good set of rules and regulations in place. We don't know exactly that they're wrong.
Craig, take a point of inspiration.
I would like to say, thank you, sir. I would just like to say, before we do something we're all going to regret, except maybe the bullheaded one there, how do we know they're wrong?
My horse get eaten.
They seem very strong and determined, and as far as I'm concerned, anytime I've ever met anyone strong and determined, they had a unified view of the way things should be done. And I mean, really, what more does any being want than a strong set of rules that will show them the way? This could be the way.
I don't think we should be listening to the one that was just hanging out with cultists. Let's get this done.
Okay, that's a valid point. I made a mistake. I don't deny it.
Well,
but I would hate for you all to make a mistake now in a different direction.
So
I'm saying
it's better to bend than break, is what you're saying. Is that correct?
Oh, Russ,
Russ. What
almost anything is better than to break.
Well, Shadeen has a very important point there. We forgave him, and he's reformed. Shouldn't we give the hobgoblins their own choice? And shouldn't we give
reform?
Oh, I think you did, Shadeen. I think you did. And I am a forceful person with an opinion at this moment. You have reformed.
Disagree.
All right. So I'm going to pause you all there. This is excellent. So this debate is happening right there. The hobgoblins are all looking at each other like, are these guys crazy? John, before you advance yourself, you're advancing. But before you do, Karluk was kind of having the last move. He just read the guy's mind. We kind of need to see what Karluk's going to do here. Karluk, you did get very clear images of bugbears and stew and orders to collect ingredients. What are you going to do, Karluk?
Dear hobgoblins, before we can barter, I'm going to have to see your charter. And then I wink at Euphemia. I'm going to advance forward with my hand out.
Oh, no. He did this to a bugbear before. No. This is a callback. This is a callback. Do not let him do this.
All right. So Karluk advances. John, you were about to do something. Why don't you go ahead?
Let's go in an ish order since we're going.
All right. All right. So in an ish order, some of the hobgoblins, some of the these guys look really ready. And actually, who goes as Karluk starts to advance? The goblin in the howdah, he pushes he does a small movement, and up from below the edge of the howdah, this strange looking device swings up, and it looks like some kind of strange, bizarre, steam-powered device that's got sort of a strange harpoon and a cable hanging out of it. And he pulls it up and he says, "No funny business, no funny business." And he seems to be holding his action. Next up is the guy who looks the most impressive. This guy over here with the little fist. That's my little marker for leader type. And he, again, as a reminder, he looks like this. You can see his great looking armor there. He's actually wearing a half plate. And he says, defensive form, prepare. And all the guys pull their shields up, except the guy you're closing to there, Bull. He's got his shield halfway, but he looks like he's ready for anything. And it's actually, by the way, both Joe and Craig make perception checks when the commander gives an order. You're the most martial of the bunch. Well, that was a 4, so I'm going to say Joe didn't do well.
I'm checking the horses out. They are doing okay.
Craig, how did you do?
I must have clicked on the wrong thing. Give me a moment.
Oh, you got 17. You got a 17.
You got a 17.
Oh, 17, okay.
It didn't
17.
show up on my screen, but I got a 17.
All right,
Let's
excellent.
ignore that 11.
Okay. Craig, you recognize that when he gives that order, the men all seem to be ready and able, and it definitely enhanced their combat stance. These guys have worked together as a military unit many, many times. You can tell there's extreme discipline. And even with the 17, that discipline and bonus, whatever was happening there, is also affecting the ogre and the goblin on top. All right.
Lads, I would like to reiterate that we should think this through.
Euphemia, it is your turn.
All right. Well, Euphemia does not like when her friends are threatened. Euphemia is going to move into the bush. She's not going to hide because she does not have the bonus action to do that. She's going to take her bonus action to do steady aim.
All right.
What that does is gives me advantage on my next attack roll, which I'm going to do now. I'm shooting the goblin with the harpoon. And at the same time as I'm shooting, I'm yelling for Ulrich. And I'm saying, get your damn ass up here!
Oh, you're shooting the goblin?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Take your shot.
Let me click on... Where's the advantage button again?
Well, hang on. What's
Right
short
in the
range?
top under core.
Core.
I don't think it's on Russ's thing.
What's short range, Craig? Ray,
Oh, yeah, it's not on his thing.
Yeah, it's
I want to say 60 feet, but somebody
you're-
correct.
You're at long range right now. You're at 85 feet from the target. So
All right, I don't want that to happen.
you're
So
going to have disadvantage to hit.
I don't want that to happen. So
Also,
I'm going to...
You can tell the Howdah counts as 3/4 cover, which
Okay.
is a mechanic in 5th edition.
All right. I still have
This
tons
is
of
going to be
movement.
a non-trivial shot at long range.
I'm not going long range. I won't hide in the bush. I'll stand right here. I have enough movement to do that.
Okay, so now you're going to shoot him. Now you're in 60-foot range. He still has 3/4 cover, but
Yep.
you're no longer at long range.
Here's my attack at...
And you have advantage?
I do from my feet.
What's your feet do again?
I'm sorry, not from my feet.
It's a-
From my my rogue ability called Scout.
What does that do?
You,
If I take a bonus action to aim,
Rafe, if you move, don't you lose that?
No, he
think
can't
so.
move afterwards. He can
Oh.
move, and then when he takes his bonus action aim, his speed becomes 0 for the rest of the turn.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So Russ, what Joe said, taking so I'm moving, bonus action, which gives me advantage. And you're going to see a little combo as long as I can hit after that.
Oh, good thing you had advantage.
Does a 17 hit?
Well, let's see. Okay. So 17 would have hit, except you realize there's this little plate shield up there on the thing, places in 3/4 cover. 3/4 cover, by the way, folks, if you're not familiar with 5th edition cover rules, is +5 armor class.
Okay.
So no, that arrow deflects off.
Bing!
Now, before you do anything else, you may remember that I said that little goblin was holding his action.
Mhm.
He was holding his action until one of his members, including himself, was attacked. That would be you. He aims and he says, "Time to collect food." And there's this puff of steam and a harpoon shoots out of the gun straight at you, Euphemia.
That
Got it.
hardly seems neighborly.
So here he comes, his roll to hit. Oh, a 2. It goes wide, hits the dirt, and he flips a lever as a bonus action, and the cord recoils, and the harpoon goes and slips right back up and recoils back into the gun. Chikink.
This is my image before I pass initiative. You know those scenes in World War II where the veteran sergeant doesn't even move as the artillery's firing all around him, bullets? That's Euphemia.
All right, nice. Okay, so now the next guy on the list is this guy that's a 16.12. You may have noticed that when I was describing the hobgoblins, I said things like they're all wearing armor, but there's a couple other things behind them. This was the thing behind them. And he's a hobgoblin, but he's not wearing the same kind of armor as everybody else. He's a little bit different looking. He's got some scrolls. He's got a staff. And
nice.
So what he does is he makes a quick little hop here. He's going to move twice. He's going to move half speed to scramble up these rocks here to here. And then he's going to, he lifts his staff and he says, he mumbles some words in Arcana, and lightning leaps forth from his staff in a 5-foot wide corridor straight. And it passes through. It's going to get, let's see, he shoots it that way. He can get Karluk, Euphemia, and Tharic, as well as the tree. It would also get his leader, and it would get the other hobgoblin next to Karluk. But interestingly, the lightning wraps around them and doesn't affect them. It just gets everybody else. So this guy's clearly a master mage who's fought in armies and warfare before. So the lightning bolt shoots out. You all need to make some serious saving throws here. So let's see.
Deck save, Russ?
Yeah, that'd be a deck save. So, how we doing?
Russ, I'm going to use my card. May or may not help.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh. Can't read it.
You can resize it. There you go.
Let me make it bigger. Okay.
Plus D10 to your saving throw.
Okay. So
you're going to want that. I think you rolled a 5.
Yeah, I ended up with a 7. So.
Okay.
I'm going to use my, I forget, can we use inspiration after we roll or no?
Inspiration's got to be before the roll.
I
won't allow it this time, but you got to burn it before you know how you roll.
No, I'll use my card instead.
Okay.
I got a 15, Russ.
All right, 15. That is good because it is a his DC is a 13. So you made it, John. How'd you do, Euphemia?
16 with using the card.
Nice. Drag your card out so I can delete it.
Yep, will do.
Nice. So you two made your saves, and then Karluk, you had to also make a save.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, so bad luck for Karluk. You're taking full damage. The damage, by the way, is 8d6. Let's go ahead and roll that.
How do I select it again, Russ?
Select what?
I'm trying to give you the card. It won't.
You click it after you expand it, and you.
Oh, there it is.
And then you drag it out, and then I can just click it and delete it. So there we go, and there we go. And
that was mine. I was reading it.
I'm sorry. There's 5 of the D6. So that's going to be 12 plus another 3. And that's going to be 14. So the total is 27 points of damage. But if you took half of that, you take half. And that, of course, is lightning damage.
So 13?
13 for those of you who made your saves, yes. 27 for Karluk.
I'm bloodied.
Karluk is bloodied.
Never ask for their papers. Never ask for their papers.
Right. So yeah, he kind of smiles as he does it, and says something about, looks like there might be some extra food this evening. Speaking of extra food, it's Darlick's turn.
Thralric's turn, huh?
Yeah, it's my turn. Oh, yeah. So,
no, Thralric.
Thralric, not Ulrich. I think I'm going to need, although I don't think this is set up properly, but yeah, I don't have, so under the lion thing, it doesn't give me all the tabs on it. It only gives me bioinfo, so I can't see everything the lion can do. 'em.
All right, hang on. 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 All right, now you should have it, John.
Okay, so I'm going to.
Want me to drag out? Are you changing the lion form?
Yeah, I believe so. Go ahead and give me a lion form.
Comes the lion form. Oop! The dwarf turns into a lion.
Seriously?
Can you not control him? Hang on.
No, it won't let me grab this sheet for some reason.
Oh.
Oh, I see. It's stuck up here. There we go. All right. All right. So I turn into a lion.
Yep.
And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to leap. So I can leap up to 25 feet with running leap.
Oh, nice.
Over this guy's attack zone.
Yeah.
And land on my boy, the caster.
Nice.
So what was my, so I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can leap 25. So I can actually land here. All right. And then I will, because I got 50 plus the 25 leap. And then I'm going to, so I'm going to, if the line is 20 feet straight, then makes it and hits with a claw attack. So I have to do a claw attack.
All right.
And I'm going to use inspiration.
All right.
So here goes. Well, good thing I used inspiration. Hopefully this goes.
One.
There we go.
There you go. Good
23.
That's a hit.
23 hits. He's going to take he's only going to take 4 slashing damage.
All right.
But I'm not finished. I pounced on him.
Yeah.
So then the creature claw attack on the same turn. That target must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw.
All right, here comes a strength save.
Fail, you bastard.
18. He like wrestles a lion. He wrestles you off.
Well, it could have been better, but I'll take it. That's all I got for now.
All right.
Now I'm picturing Euphemius kneeling down, and this lion leaps over onto the magic user.
I have pictures of like Kirk and Spock, except it's now a lion and this guy, and he's got a slash across his shirt. He's like din, 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 on the rocks, or when Kirk's fighting the Gorn, and he's trying to grab. Anyway, sorry. Anyway,
yep. Good imagery.
Moving on. Thrallbrick, nice job. That was very dramatic, though. I got to say, the lion leap looks good in the movies.
I have a very different.
If I squished him.
I have a very different image. It's more the lion and the stone table currently for me with the situation, but that's another kind of thing.
All right. Okay. It's now a hobgoblin's turn, and it's actually this guy's turn here. He locks in behind this guy, draws his longbow, and fires it at the minotaur. So let's see how this is going to work, because he's got some synergies going down here. First of all, he's got martial advantage. If he hits a creature or the weapon, it's within 5 of an ally. Okay, here we go. So that's good. He's going to fire his bow. Rolling to hit. He gets a 5, but because of the commander's orders, he can add 2d6 to that roll. So 5 plus 2d6 is going to be an 8. So plus 5 is going to be a 13. Plus his bonus to hit is a 3. So he gets a 16. Karlach, does that hit?
That hits.
Look at that. They're all coming together because there's orders. Shoot now. When to wait for the whites of the bull's eyes. And the bow strikes home. So the bow does normally 1d8 plus 1, which is going to be 4 points of damage. But because of martial advantage, he can actually do another 2d6. So it's going to be 4 plus 2 more d6. So 4 plus another 6 is 10 points of damage there, Karlach.
All right, that's going to drop me. It's got to
Karlach goes down with an arrow between the eyes. Oh, and the bull is down.
In order for it not to kill me, what's the rule? It has to double my HP, or
it has to double your total starting HP.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
In one shot.
In one shot. Yeah. So that bow shot would have had to done. Your starting HP is what, 30? It would have done 60 points in one shot, which is pretty unlikely. So it's really hard to one off people. We'll put a little skull on you here. There we go.
Carlick kind of spins around. It looks like he's going to say something to everybody, and he just flops over.
Flop. All right. So Carlick is down, and the guy that was, it's now the hobgoblin's turn, who is standing over Carlick, and he sees the situation. Now, normally, like not smart tactical monsters, he might like charge the halfling, but of course, then he'd be strikeable by the other people and everything. Instead, he backs up to stand in front of his commander, brings out his shield, gets his shield ready, and appears to be holding his action and defending his boss. Meanwhile, it is now the ogre's turn. The ogre can move. Let's see, the ogre's speed is 40. We can get over to the lion. And what's the reach on his little club there? Let's see.
Isn't that rock difficult terrain?
What's that?
Is the rock difficult terrain?
Yes, the rock is difficult terrain. So he goes 5, 10, 15, and then this will count as another 10. So that is 25. And that's all he needs to do. He gets to there on the rock, and he swings his club at you, lion.
He's going to hurt.
Well, he's got to hit you. So here comes, actually, it's a mace. He's got this big, steely looking mace situation, and he rolls it at you.
Oh no.
20. Let's go to the cards. Oh dear. This is looking a little rough here.
This is time to take the horses and run.
This is gonna, well, 6 players is tough to deal with, so it's in the pack with
4 already.
All right, let's see here. What does a mace do? Let's see here. Here we go. Bludgeoning. Here we go. Oh, I love these. I love these cards. The exact quote is, "How did I get here? You forget the last D12 days."
Hey, if I only take regular damage and I forget the last 12 days, I'm good with it.
D12. Yeah. We're gonna roll how many days it is. Here we go, Sean. You ready? I love these cards because they're all cool role-playing situations.
Who are you people?
See, John, you forget the last 5 days.
I think that's our entire adventure.
That's the entire Thunder Tree part.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think it was traveling to Thunder Tree and Thunder Tree.
What's that?
I think it was traveling to Thunder Tree and Thunder Tree.
Maybe even the well. So we'll say
that's what I mean. I think the traveling was 2 days, and we were in Thunder Tree for 2 or 3 days.
Definitely before the well, because we got to investigate that one again.
So John, Thrall was hit so hard by an ogre.
How much damage did I take, Russell?
Hang on a second. This
or do I just lose my memory? Because I'm okay with that.
No, you're going to take damage. I hit so hard by the ogre, forgot Thunder Tree.
You're up next, Pirate.
And well. All right. There we go.
John, make sure you look at yourself so you don't forget your lion form.
Oh, no. He'll forget the lion. That'd be great. He would have forgotten the druid form if he found one.
Actually, the only form I learned, I learned armadillo, leopard, and I already knew lion. From
you forget those forms.
I forget leopard, armadillo, and whatever else one he taught.
Squirrel.
Giant toad.
Rabbit.
All right. And then, so then you're also going to take, it's 2d6 plus 4 bludgeoning. So here comes the damage.
Well, it's going to hurt.
Oops, that was the wrong number. That was 3d6. My fault. Let me go 2d6. 2d6 plus 4. You're going to take 10 points of bludgeoning damage there, lion.
Okay.
I'm sure you can handle that. And I don't think the martial advantage helps for damage in this situation. It's just a hit. Okay. So, so that's the ogre's turn. And but no worries. It's Pyrrhic's turn now. Pyrrhic, time to save the day.
Does he lose his level?
No, I'm going to go with, that would be cruel. I'm going to go with just memory. Just memory. His skills are there. It's almost like, we have amnesia. You forget who you are, but if you're a baseball player, you could still play baseball. It's like that.
Think Jason Bourne. He still kicked ass.
Yeah, it's Jason Bourne. Exactly. Yeah, I think I would let you keep your animal forms too. You just remember, you forget. So John, you can work on that for next session. You just, all that stuff.
Okay.
I'll just patch out all those notes that people won't be able to reference.
So I have the scroll of Fireball. What level would that scroll of fireball be?
The scroll casts at the default level of the spell.
So 5th level.
5th level.
5th level.
But it's just so it's going to be a 20-foot radius, and it's going to do 8d6. It's all worth it. Drop because you can hit everybody and not us with it. You can basically set it up.
Can I use my ability to do?
So what would happen? Well, you mean your evocation ability? Yeah, it's an evocation spell. Here's the only problem. You just use your inspiration for this, but you have to, because it's a higher level than you can cast, you have to beat a DC 13 because it's a 3rd level spell, but you get to add your intelligence to a D20 roll.
Is this a 30-foot fireball or 20?
20 foot.
20-foot radius.
He gets everybody. He can get everybody.
You can get everybody.
If you
Is it an Arcana check?
I don't think it's Arcana. I think it's just your ability modifier. I can double check. Let me know. It's kind of important, but I don't. I don't know.
I think it's just a DC off his intelligence score.
Well, it's a D20 plus his intelligence score, and you have to beat a DC 13. But
DC
use your
13
inspiration if you have one.
Yeah. Have you seen my rolling?
Russ, you can hit all of them.
That looks very impressive.
It's too big. I'm working on it.
It is very impressive.
5, 10,
20?
15. It's only
No,
12.
I think it's right.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20. That's it right there. Where do you want to put that?
On top of all of them.
Give me a ping.
He can hit all of them.
Here?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
He
you
gets
get
them
all right there. Gets all right here. Gets all of them.
Yeah, and doesn't hit any of us. He can even move it up. There you go. Perfect. Look at
There
that.
you go. Look at that.
Carlick's toes get singed.
All right, well, we don't even know if it goes up.
Unfortunately, though,
Come on, Seppi, make the roll.
Seppi, did you get a chance to inscribe this into your book?
No.
He's not high enough level.
So we're just going to lose it, but that's okay. It's worth it, right? It's a critical situation.
I kind of think you have to do it. So.
Yeah. Good move. Fighting lightning with fire. Very respectable. I like it.
Come on, Seppi.
What's the DC to properly cook all the goblin sausages at the same time with the fireball?
Okay, this is not the kind of. I don't have any inspiration unless Craig had extra inspiration that he could give me when he got it.
You can't give it in the middle of it. You can only give it when you get it.
You can't now, so you're gonna have to do a straight up roll, brother.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What's this roll for?
You can't. So Russ, you can't cast a spell that's a higher level than you can do without making a test.
Yes.
And he can't cast 3rd level spells yet.
Got it.
So it's 10 plus 3 because it's a 3rd level spell, and he gets to add his ability modifier to it.
Seppi.
You burned my card, Russ.
Yeah, he had a card. You took his card by mistake.
He burned it. Yeah.
No, he didn't burn it. You burnt it.
I burned it. What was the card?
He was trying to read it when you trashed it.
It was the D8 one.
I'll just use it as an inspiration. How about that, Russ?
I'll give it to you as inspiration. That's fair, Seppi.
All right. Let's do this.
Thank you.
You don't even need it. You don't need it, Russ. You made it.
Okay. I did a thing. Yeah, that's the other one.
You don't even need it. That's
good. Fine. I could have rolled a 20. It's a thing. Okay.
20 wouldn't have mattered. You didn't need to waste your
time. Whatever. This is killing the guys that didn't want to kill. It's fine. Okay. How many dice do I roll?
So it's 8d6.
The reluctant warrior.
I hate this so much. How do I get 8d6? Okay.
You go up to the little thing, and there you go.
You get to use fire. I mean, that's good.
So that's 13.
4, so that's 13 plus. So 28, 28 damage. And what's your DC on spells normally?
13, 28. And my DC is normally 6 plus my target. Hold on.
No. It should be on.
14.
14. All right. So here's the thing. So they each got to make a save, and they get plus D4 thanks to his orders. So here we go. We're going to start with
all of them get a plus D4?
Yeah, everybody. Okay. His orders thing is awesome. The way they did hobgoblins to get the fluff of them being super martial, they have this ability called leadership, and he has to do it as an action, which is what he did first. He actually got the best initiative of all of you. It lasts for a minute, which is plenty of time in combat. Everybody within 30 feet of him that can see him and hear his order, which he gave at the beginning of the turn, gets an extra D4 on attack rolls and saving throws.
Nice.
So basically, it's like, shields up, fireball. We've seen this a million times. Actually, not a million, because I'll be dead by now. But in any case, So they got to make their saves. Let's start with the captain. Here comes his saving throw. His order doesn't apply to himself, though, unfortunately. So he gets a 13. What is it, a dex save? His dex is
14.
plus 2. That's a 15, so he's good. So he takes half damage, right?
He takes 14 damage.
He'll take 14 points of damage. He is not bloody. Next up is the guy next to him. Actually, sadly, even if he makes his save, he's fried. So he's like, and he melts. The other hobgoblin melts. He actually runs around on fire, runs over here, runs over there, runs over here, and dies. This guy also starts running around like crazy, runs by Karluk and dies. The wizard, the spellcasting sort of guy there, the hobgoblin devastator, if you will, he makes his saving throw also. He makes a 10. Let's throw his D4 in there from the leader's orders. So that becomes what was a D4? I missed it. A 2, so he's a 12. And his dex is +1, so it's a 13. What was your DC, Seppi? 14, right?
14.
He fails.
So he takes 28.
He takes 28 points of damage. He is bloodied, but still up.
And then you have the ogre and the goblin.
He's a mess. Then we've got the ogre. Ogre tries for his saving throw. He also gets the martial advantage too, which is kind of interesting. Oh, but the ogre rolls a natural 1. So we're going to give him an extra D4 points of damage for flubbing it. So he's going to take an additional 3. So it was 28 plus 3 is going to be a whopping 31. So he is bloodied also. The ogre's like, oh, hot foot. And that's not good. And then the little goblin guy, he's going to try to make it also. He does okay. 13 plus his D4. It's going to be a 15. He makes it. So he's going to take 14 points of damage. He's also bloodied, but still up thanks to his save. He ducks behind the howdah just in time. And
I'm still allowed to move there then, right,
yes, Seppi. Nicely done, Seppi. That was impressive.
Very nice.
No,
Russ, give yourself a point of inspiration for good hobgoblin.
I hate everything that I did. I hate myself now. Thank you for that. So it's like huge. All right. So I can move 6 squares, correct? One,
there's just a bunch of dead smoking hobgoblins laying around
3,
in a pile.
4, 5, 6. And so I'm next to Ulrich, who is now catching up to what's going on.
Ulrich, I can't speak to you, but I give you an Aslan look of approval from atop my rock. I have never been more proud of you than I am at this moment.
I hate all of this. You understand? Oh my God.
You just barbecued all my dinner.
I must really like Cowlick. I must really like him because this is the worst.
Okay. Ulrich, you're up.
All right. So only because that Pyrrhic is close enough, he hears me whisper to Persephone, my pony. There isn't a flood that will not subside. I'll be back. Keep yourself safe. I'm referring to the horse, not Pyrrhic.
I will take the reins from him as a bonus action.
So ready? Watch this move. I'm going to hop on Euphemia's horse as for half my move.
Okay.
I'm going to move 40 feet so you can move Euphemia's horse to
ping it.
Here.
All right.
Russ.
There you go.
All right.
I love it.
I use my other. Pardon me. Then I'm going to. Then I use the other half of my move. Sorry, wrong thing. Other half of my move to pop off the horse.
Yeah.
And then ready?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to Misty Step. Oh, it's not. I can't.
Wow, he can't quite do it.
Can't quite get there. All right. In that case,
Ulrich is trying to save Karluk, but he can't quite pull it off.
Can't get there.
Oh, you're just so close.
So
I'm 5 feet away. Crawl to me, dead one. Crawl.
Right.
I don't think I have any range things I can do. So let me do. So then I'm going to do the most important thing that I can do, which is cause who's in 30 feet of me. 30 feet. I'm going to cast Bless then, and that's going to hit. So it's going to hit Shadeen, Euphemia, and myself.
All right.
So you can put a little bless symbol on your little minions, and that is all I can do for this turn.
Nice job, Ulrich. Shadeen.
Oh yeah. I got 3 minutes. Okay, so
Good. There's a smoking field of grass in front of you and smoking hobgoblins and one pissed off half plate hobgoblin in the middle there.
I can't click on my icon for some reason.
I can give you control of that. I don't know why that is, but I can help you out with that.
Thank you.
It should be controlled by you. It doesn't say you're controlled.
Euphemia and Shadeen,
where do you want to go, Craig?
Smoke it on yourself.
I want to go 30 feet in
you know how to ping? Just hold
this
your mouth
general
there.
direction.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is right there.
Yeah. Okay. And then I am going to, I'm very frustrated. I don't believe this is the right thing. I think we've made a huge mistake, but I'm going to point at that guy right there.
Yeah. The one with the staff?
Did it ping? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw I can see you do the tape
and
measure.
I am going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Ooh.
That's not great, but I'm using. I meant to say I'm using my my thing there.
Craig, you also get
thing?
a plus.
What's the thing?
My inspiration.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a 2.
You also get a plus D4 to your attack roll because you're blessed by me.
All right.
Okay.
So
I got to get going.
All right.
The 13. You got a 13, Russ.
Okay. I got 2 minutes here.
13.
Do you want to give some standing orders?
I get my bonus to casting, right? Which I think is a 6.
It's in there.
It's already added in.
It's in there.
Already added in, yeah.
Oh, it is +6. Okay,
Yeah.
so
13 does hit. Does hit
good.
barely, thanks to the blessing.
All right. And it does, I think it's 1d8 plus 4.
It's D10 plus. If you click the Eldritch Blast underneath the 10, it'll roll the damage.
Craig on the discussion. If you click, click right.
There you go.
I know.
10 points of damage.
Actually, 11. What's that? I'm all set.
10 points of damage.
14.
Okay.
14 points of damage.
14. All right. I'll be back.
All right.
What I am really surprised is, number one, that Moradin would bless like an infernal demonic person to do terrible demonic things against our evil creatures. And number two, I'm really surprised that Shadeen was able to wade through the muddy trench of elven tears that just poured all the way across the road as he fried those poor innocent hobgoblins. Just like sobbing.
Well, let me tell you about Orden, my friend. He fights the greater evil.
All right.
Whatever it takes to win.
With more evil.
The spellcasting hobgoblin is staggered, but he's still up, believe it or not.
Well, he took Russ. You got him for 14, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And that was Shadeen's turn. And Karluk, you're in.
All right. Karluk,
you got to make a death save, Karluk.
Yeah. Karluk's going to look up at Ulrich, kind of like on Hoth. Luke, like looking towards Obi-Wan, like help me before he passes back out.
Doc, do you have a point of inspiration?
Can I burn that on death save?
You can make it. You can give yourself up to 1 hit point, I believe, right, Russ? Or is that gone away?
That's only if you get a new one.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You got to do it at the time you get the inspiration. Yeah.
Hey, you made it.
Yay! So give yourself 1 success.
There we go.
All right.
Things are looking up.
Nice job, Karluk. It's now the little guy's turn in the howdah, and he looks a little freaked out, but it's not like he can run away because he's in a howdah. So he's going to crank up his little gun there, and he's going to fire it again at the halfling Euphemia. Because you took a shot at him earlier, and he's not happy about that. So here comes his shot, Euphemia. Oh, 20. Let's go to the critical deck.
You guys, nobody's going to remember this battle.
It's a blur. All right.
We don't want to remember this battle.
This is really interesting. So Euphemia, the harpoon hits you.
Yeah.
So first of all, the title of the critical is "The Thighs Have It," and your speed is reduced by 5 until you finish a short rest.
Okay.
So you are wounded until you finish a short rest. Speed reduced by 5, so get you in the leg. But this is an interesting sort of weapon here, so we're going to jump right in on this situation and take a look at it. So how this works is the harpoon, first of all, it hits you for D8 piercing damage just for being pierced by a harpoon. So that's the first problem. You're going to take 5 points of piercing damage.
Took it.
All right. Now you're going to make a DC a dex save, please.
You roll D4 for your plus to save.
To avoid getting captured by the thing.
Adding a D4. A total of 19.
20.
Nice. So it gives it cuts through your leg, but it does along the thigh of your thigh, but it doesn't actually harpoon in. And the guy flips a switch and looks sad, like when a fisherman misses a great catch, and the thing comes whippling back, coiling back into the launcher as his bonus action. So he's done. You can only imagine getting harpooned by that thing. Not only would it drag you closer, but you feel like the barbs on that look really nasty, like you would take damage as you bounce along the ground. It looks really, really nasty. And you're feeling
bad.
You're feeling like you were literally blessed to have avoided that situation.
I would agree with that.
All right. It is
go bless.
It is the commander's turn. The commander advances on the lion, seeming to try to aid his magic wielding ally, and attacks the lion. He now this guy he actually has multi attacks. So he pulls out a great sword, John, two-handed sword, and he goes at you. 2 swings. Let's see how he does. I'm going to throw both at once here. Here comes the first swing. Not really impressive. He gets a 5 plus 4 is a 9, and he can't add his own martial advantage as his own leadership to that. So a 9's probably not going to hit a lion, right?
Nope, I'm going to sidestep that.
Then he swings his second attack. 6 plus 4 is a 10.
Going to sidestep that too.
Yeah, he can't quite get it happening here on the lion.
I'd like to say it's because I'm good, but I think it's just because he's bad.
He's having a bad. Well, he's still a little shaken from all those men. You know, there's a lot of work training guys like that. When they just drop dead and you like that after knowing them for months and really training them up, but it's gonna be rough. It's a little emotional. I'm not gonna lie.
Are they automatically dead?
Well, they're bleeding out. Technically, in 5e, monsters when they hit 0 are dead. But you know, there may be some stories to tell here, but it's not looking good. Euphemia, you're up.
Yeah. Euphemia is bloody.
Yeah.
So Euphemia was kneeling in the open grass, and when the harpoon comes in, she twists to the side, but not enough. It grazes her inner thigh, but she's able to smack the harpoon out of the way enough for the rope to not entangle her.
Yeah.
She then moves and tucks herself into this rock. So that's a move action. Going to do my standard action is going to be to hide.
All right.
I'll roll my stealth check, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to aim.
All right. Are you done?
Yep, I just have to make a stealth check.
All right, nice. Give yourself a hiding icon too. Go ahead and make that stealth check.
Doing that.
So Euphemia has gotten into the rocks.
17 total. 17
is pretty good stealth check, so you're good there. Excellent. And it is now the spellcasting hobgoblin's turn, and this might hurt. Let's see. He's got choices. He did spend that there is gone. So he yeah. So he's gonna what's the range on? I'm gonna check range real quick on a couple of spells here, see if which one's gonna be ideal. Whoops. Whoops, I may have telegraphed. Let's see. Oh yeah, all day. So the spellcaster says, "You on fire, wizard?" And he spins his staff and casts fireball of his own right at Pyric. So,
does that provoke?
What's that?
Does that provoke an attack of opportunity?
I don't think so. John, does it casting a spell provoke an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Does it?
No, it does not. He would only have disadvantage if it was a roll to hit, but a fireball is not a roll to hit, so he's fine.
This is a really good spell for this situation.
Nice.
He can, yeah.
Oh, my horse! Persephone!
Oh, yeah. It's getting the horses and the dragon parts. So, yeah, right there, pretty much 5, 10, 15, 20. He's blood rage because he doesn't like the fact that you killed all of his friends. So he's not even thinking about optimizing militarily. He's just trying to get you, which unfortunately means the horses and a lot of other stuff is getting hit instead. Happily, though, Euphemia's horse was not there thanks to Ulrich's fancy maneuvering.
Nice cooking gear.
So yeah, the fireball streaks out and he feels like he's near death. So he's going to pour all of his energy into this fireball. So he's actually casting it at one slot higher than normal. 4th level higher, which he's going to use. So it adds another D6. So it's normally 8d6. It's going to be 96 points of damage.
Holy smokes.
Here, Pyric, are you ready? Here comes 5 of them. So the first pool of dice is going to be 20 points of damage. And then there's 4 more coming.
3 more.
No, he adds 1.
One more. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's casting it a level higher.
Okay.
He's about to die, so he wants to go down swinging. Oh, 20 more points. 40 points of damage coming at you, Pyric. And the horses. 21. I don't think it matters how well the horses roll. The horses are gone, and we'll have to make some checks.
Yeah, it's ironic. You saved Euphemia.
Yeah, you saved Euphemia's, ironically.
So, Pyric, make your save there, buddy.
Don't forget you have your card, whatever Russ took, or you're using it as inspiration.
Well, he already used the card as inspiration, so that's gone.
No, he didn't have to, I thought.
But we really have to be careful about this. You must declare inspiration before you roll. And
I get what you're saying. I didn't realize he was using it.
Inspiration's not quite that good, guys.
I didn't know he was using it as either.
Yeah.
I thought he was adding. Never mind.
Yeah, same as John. Yeah.
But he just got a 17 on his dex check.
Nice save, Pyric. All right, Pyric, is your audio out? I haven't heard from you in a while.
He's depressed.
He's
I see.
crying.
He's sad. I see. Oh. All right. So you made your save. That's the good news. So you only take 20 points of damage.
He's crying elven tears.
That's the good news. Sadly, all the horses are dead. And after the battle, we'll see what kind of how the dragon parts did.
I kissed Persephone before she died. She'll be back again, I promise you.
I'm just here to kill horses. That's pretty much my job as dungeon master. All right.
Those tears of the Nord?
All right.
Nord
all
tears.
horses die. There we go. One horse dead and another horse dead. I'm going to make a little note here. That's a shame, really. But the spellcaster does seem shocked that you're still up, Seppi. Don't forget to take your damage there, buddy. All right. So let's see. Where's my initiative turn tracker here? Yeah, so he's done. So Thalric, you're up.
Yes. I guess I'm gonna attack the Devastator. Hopefully I'll hit. I don't have any inspiration left, and I don't have any health, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna bite at him.
All right.
Come on, Thrall needs a new pair of shoes, baby.
Oh,
23.
He's so focused on getting his fellow spellcaster that he forgets about the lion in his
Takes
face.
8 points of piercing damage.
You just slash across his chest and vital organs come out, and he just goes.
I'll rip out his throat if you let me.
Yeah, there you go. You throwed him. He's done.
And I'm just going to swing back, throwing my mane, flipping my mane because I don't have hair, so this is cool for me. I'm going to whip my hair and just spray the blood all over the captain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the captain looks upset about this.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to second level heal myself in my animal form.
You can do that? Nice.
Yeah, so it's I can only heal myself, and I don't get anything to add to it, but I get a 2d8 because it's second level.
Nice.
So I'm going to get back 9 hit points.
Okay.
That puts me, so I'm done. So you can work on the next person. That puts me at 20.
All right. ogre, just saw this, but the ogre's too dumb to run, so he's not really going to make any kind of panic check. He's just going to swing at the biggest target in front of him, which of course
pound the crap out of me.
Yeah, here he goes, and he swings, and he gets a 14.
That's going to hit,
which probably hits without any looking anything.
It definitely hits.
So his mace hits you. It's 2d6 plus 4 damage. So here comes some more. So it's going to do 9 plus 4 is going to be 13 points of damage there. Whack.
Seppi, I think I'm winning.
But you're still up because you're healing. Nice job. Pyric, you're smoking, but you're still standing.
I'm going to go down when the cabin smacks me now.
What are you going to do, Pyric? Pyric is grumpy.
Cry later. It's time to work.
Pyric has no words for the situation.
As my staff, the staff of ice has been held up above me, and I smoke covered in smoldering flame. This is the first time the magical fire has engulfed me completely. And then I look to my horse, the beautiful and brave Moody, and see that it has been utterly and completely crispied.
Oh yeah,
I'm very, very, very irritated at this.
Actually, you'd asked earlier if people were dead. So remember the rule that Doc mentioned earlier. What actually outright kills a player? It's double hit points. I will say that all the hobgoblins were hit by more than double hit points, and the horses. So you're absolutely right. They're like blown to parts. There's nothing short of a resurrection spell or something hardcore. There's nothing bringing these things back.
This is a failure on so many levels. My rage is so vibrant. But of course, since I'm from the North, I'll keep it all in sight. And so I am smoking with the staff of ice above me. And I know that Euphemia is still in danger. So I focus my rage into blinding white diamonds of hate. And I fire them off from my staff as the lights of the Nord hit the goblin.
The goblin up on top in the Howdah?
Yeah.
Is this magic missile?
Yes.
And what's the range on magic missile?
120. That I kept on doing it.
Oh, it's 115. Yeah, he's just in range.
And I'm very upset about killing yet another person who I did not want to kill. It's not a person. We're going to have talkie time. Everybody, you're going to have to listen to me after this.
It's not a person.
Like, so long, so hard.
I'm impressed you guys keep surviving, but you go through a lot of horses.
Oh. Okay, so I am going to throw 4d4 plus 4 at this goblin.
Yeah.
And he is going to take the murderous rage that I really want towards my fellow party members. And that will probably nuke him into next week.
Yeah, what are we looking at here? Looks like 11 points of damage. And he might have once upon a time survived that, except having been hit by a fireball, the magic missiles like blast him and he just like slumps over his little gun with like the darts from the magic missiles hitting him, so glowing in his chest and fading away as he falls over and slumps and is no longer moving up there in the Howdah.
I am very concerned about my own mortal soul at this, and so I will continue to move back and back farther, crying deep, sorrowful, murderous tears.
You can smell the burnt flesh of horse meat.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Well,
I feel like you will need to be prepared for what happens when a Russian whacks an old lady with an axe level of diatribe. So you're going to be prepared for 1,400 pages of bad translation. I will take my entire English degree out on you and every last moment of it. Yes.
Russ, can I forget that one too when he's done?
No, we're going to replace it all. All of that memory gap is going to be.
Someone hit me with an ogre mace.
I am so upset.
Okay. So looks like Pyric's working on fanfic. Meanwhile, Ulrich, it's your turn.
All right, here we go again. So hop up on the horse. You can move the horse 40 feet to here.
Where are you pinging it to? Sorry.
Right there. See where the arrow is?
All right. Check. There you go.
All right. My other half of the movement is going to place me. That's my movement to place me to here. I'm going to reach down Cowlick. A man of words but no deeds is like a garden full of weeds. Stop sleeping and get up. Get 15 hit points of healing.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Cowlick's back.
Snappy.
Lay on hands. That's my action. And then I'm going to stand up. I'm going to use my bonus action to. I just misty step and shimmer, and all you see is my body shimmer and reappears here. I stare the hobgoblin in the face. We are men of action. Stand down before you die like your men.
Oh, make a persuasion check or make an intimidation check, Joe. It feels like intimidation.
All right.
Or maybe it's persuasion. Are you trying to intimidate? Or are you trying to persuade? How you playing this?
I mean, I consider him an equal. This guy's
all right. So it's more of a persuasion situation. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I'll make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
23.
Ooh, that's pretty good. He looks like he's listening, but it's not his turn yet. But it looks like his eyes are such that he realizes warrior to warrior, it may be time. And maybe you can read in his eyes that maybe he should have thought of this earlier. Meanwhile, you also see him thinking of the little hobgoblins back at his home and maybe that hobgoblin wife. You read a lot in his eyes in that 2 or 3 seconds. But now it's time for Shadeen's turn. Is Shadeen back yet?
I vote Shadeen holds his action to Eldritch Blast somebody if they don't stand down. Because remember, he didn't want to fight. So.
Oh, yeah, good point. Okay, Shadeen holds his action. Fair enough. And note to the listeners, Craig had to step out briefly. All right, Karluk, you are groggily coming to after another generous healing from the paladin.
So Cowlick's going to look around. I can't believe I missed out on the fight. Why did I have to go? Good night. And he just starts crying. He's so sad that he missed everything. He's going to then cast a spell sort of solemnly, Charm Person on the Hobgoblin Captain.
I think he has advantage because we've been smacking him around. But you can throw the spell up. I can't remember.
Oh, Charm Person on the Hobgoblin? Yeah.
I'll go for it. Where's that? Did it come up on the chat?
Yeah, it is there. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Good.
Yeah, it says it does so with advantage if your companions are fighting.
Okay, that seems fair. So he's going to make a Charm Person save with advantage. He rolls 2 dice. He gets a 7 and an 8. So not really
I think he failed.
Yeah, he's going to fail.
Nice.
He looks like he's coming around, and he's kind of like, surrender is probably the better part of valor. I can see you all will treat me with respect. And he
interestingly, he regards Cowlick as a friend.
Cowlick's going to look at him, and the tears are still streaming from my eyes.
Well, Karluk, that's actually possible. Sorry to interrupt you, because Karluk never actually swung. He went forward to shake hands, and Euphemia fired the first shot. So he's like, yeah, if we'd only listened to the Minotaur, this could have been a friendly interaction. Wasn't that halfling was the problem, wasn't it?
I'm so sorry your friends died.
He says, they were good warriors dying in battle. They'll be in Valhalla soon. I don't think hobgoblins think of Valhalla, but all right. Did you want to move it off, Karluk, or are you good?
Yeah, I'm a little afraid of the rampaging ogre, so I'm going to take a few steps back here. Here we go.
So the commander, it's his turn, and he lays down his sword and he says, "I yield." And he presents his sword to you, Ulrich. His great sword. He holds it in 2 hands, and he says, "Stand down, Gunnog." And Gunnar, the giant ogre, looks like he's thinking about it. So I'm gonna make a persuasion check with advantage against Gunnar because he is the leader, but Gunnar's got, ogre rage going on kind of thing here. The persuasion check is not good, and it's a little unclear if Gunnar is going to follow the orders. It's not really, we're not really sure yet, but it looks like the ogre may be beyond reason, and it is Euphemia's turn.
Okay. Euphemia has been kneeling behind a rock with her bow drawn on the ogre. She sees that the leader has laid down his sword. She also sees that the very thing she cherishes the most, her friends, One got fireballed, somehow survived, killed all the horses. So she's in a bit of her own kind of rage, even though she loosed the first arrow. She's in her own kind of rage. But she remembers Pyrrhic's words last time when she went into her rage with Harm and Cuss. So see, if the hobgoblin hadn't put the sword down, she was going to shoot. But because he put the sword down, she's eyeing the ogre. If that ogre takes one micro step, if she sees a tendon flex towards Ulrich, she's letting her arrow fly. Even if he steps without attacking, like he stumbles forward, she's launching the arrow.
All right. Thalric, what are you going to do? Oh, Craig, by the way.
What did I miss? All the horses are dead?
Yeah. So there was a fireball duel, and it got Pyrrhix in bad shape. It did kill the horses. However, the lion gutted the spellcaster. You saw the fireball.
With some help. I mean, come on.
The Ulrich advanced, persuaded the captain to stand down, warrior to warrior. Combined that with he healed Karluk as he came by. Karluk charmed person successfully the captain, and the captain kneeled and presented his sword to Ulrich. He tried to persuade the ogre to stand down, but it didn't look like it had much of an effect. When it was your turn last, we decided you would hold your action because you came up after the captain stood down to see what would happen. But you're still holding your action, so if you want to take an action now, you can before we move on to Thralric.
Are we fighting still, the ogre?
We don't know yet. The ogre hasn't had an initiative step since standing down started to happen.
Okay, so I still can't get my token, so can you just move me straight towards the ogre 30 feet?
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There you go.
And I pull my battle axe off my back.
Yeah.
And I'm looking strangely at my hand because I'm not sure what happened a minute ago or roughly 10 seconds ago. I just pointed at the head at the wizard guy. I was really angry, and then something seemed to happen over there. I know the universe loves me. I can only assume the universe smited him as I pointed, but I'm pretty impressed with myself that I had that kind of influence over the universe.
Well,
That's my turn.
What's happened, Shadeen, is there's a time in every young warrior's life when he discovers his hand and is surprised by it.
Well, then count me as having that moment in time, wizard.
Right. All right. Great. So it is now the ogre's turn. Now,
you never let me go.
Oh, sorry, you're right. I'm sorry. It's Thalric's turn. Sorry, Thalric, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do the thing cats do, kind of. And I'm on my rock there, and I'm just gonna put my paws on top of the dead Devastator, and I'm gonna be kind of licking him. But I'm holding my action to, if this ogre raises his club at me, I'm gonna attack him.
All right. All right. The ogre. Here's the thing. The ogre. If the leader had persuaded him successfully, the ogre would stand down, but he didn't. So the ogre is going to make an intelligence check to see if it's a bad call to not attack. Now, as everybody's probably aware, ogres are not the most intelligent creatures. So I'm going to say it's a DC 10 to figure out the situation because it's pretty obvious he's losing, but he's a -3 on his intelligence check. So let's see how this goes. I rolled. I've rolled, and it shows that I rolled a 9. So that's not good. So sadly, he fails. So he will swing. Sorry, it just came up. I rolled a 7. It's even worse. But in any case, he's going to swing at the closest thing, which is the lion. So he raises his mace, and there were some held actions here. So
you want me to go first since I was higher?
He has higher initiative.
So you
go first.
Yeah, so it'd be Euphemia and then me, initiative-wise.
And Shadeen, did you hold your action? No, you advanced.
I advanced.
Yep.
18 total. I roll with advantage because of my ability.
You get a D4 added onto that too.
Oh yeah.
You hit. Roll damage.
Okay. Now the damage is
forget sneak attack.
My weapon, which is a D6.
Yep.
Plus my sneak attack damage. Because I got to hit with advantage.
Yeah, it's duty.
And I'm there too.
So 3d6 total, right?
Yep.
And I can re-roll the lowest one if I want to, but I will keep it.
So you got 11 points of damage.
Plus,
He's already bloody, but he's still up.
it's 15 total because it's plus my dex.
All right. So you got another -4. All right. He's still up. Lion.
All right, I'm going to try to bite this guy's wrist off as he raises his club. I'm leaping up at his wrist.
Yep.
Hoping to hit. That should hit with a 20.
Right? It does. Roll damage.
And I do 9 piercing damage that I tear at his wrist tendons.
You do tear at him pretty good, and you get a big gash on his arm, but the mace comes down. He's still up.
I'm
And
twisting
here it
in the air, trying to avoid it. What's he get?
Rolling to hit.
Ooh, I twisted successfully.
Well, he does add a D4 to this though. So 4 plus another 1 is 5, and his bonus is +6. So it's an 11, Lion.
Oh, misses me just by 1, grazes my fur as I twist in the air like those
So
cats.
because you cut his tendons, he couldn't bring his mace down as he intended, and it smashes a rock next to you. He does not a multi-attack or anything, so he's done. So Pyric, you're up.
I start rushing forward and scream enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I fire the last of my rage into the ogre, which is going to be 120 feet. Yep. Boop. And
You're like max range of magic missile. You don't see that often.
Oh God, I'm doing it. I'm a coward and I'm angry. And so I wail, I said that this was gonna happen, Captain. I am Pyric Starfinder, and I fire the 4 bolts into the ogre's face, removing its head.
Yeah, pretty much. Roll your damage. Let's see if you remove his head.
Not that much.
What'd you do?
10 points? No, 11 points.
All right. The bolts go into both of his eyes and his nostrils and his mouth, and his head just glows with the color of your missiles, and then he just collapses dead. He only had 4 hit points left. Kaboom! He falls down on the pile of rocks. Ogre black ichor blood pooling all over those things. And
since it's still my initiative and I killed the last guy, I'm going to take the role-playing initiative and start the shenanigans.
Don't forget to pass the shillelagh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So now, Mr. Hobgoblin Captain, I am very upset that you didn't listen to me. What is my name? I will not say it a third time, or you'll be done next.
Pyric Starfinder.
You will tell Clark what happened here, and what you are doing is unacceptable. You cannot shake people down for meat.
We shaking. We were here. We were just asking for your food.
No, you said that we had to leave it. That is called a shakedown. I will educate you. That is what Pyric Starfinder does. And I start walking forward with my glowing hand.
I was going to say, he needs a brand.
Now he's brave.
His anger fuels him.
I want you to take all this meat, including my beloved Moody, back to your Clark and tell him what has happened here, and that I will be coming visiting. And in particular, I'm bringing the Minotaur.
I believe what he's saying that is if you don't see the bottom of a well, you don't want to wade in. And so be careful who you challenge in the road. Your actions showed you are not honorable by trying to take our horses. Luckily, I point to Euphemia's horse, one has survived, so your life is not forfeit. 1 for 1.
Pyric, find out where this Clark resides so that we can go visit him at some point. Wink.
Russ, I'm just going to keep eating the Devastator. This is the only time I eat meat when I'm in animal form. So I'm just
oh, you eating the Devastator? Oh,
yeah, I'm just pulling at him, just kind of looking over under my brows at the captain as I eat.
As he's doing that, I point to it. How was the price for your meat, Captain?
Euphemia says to Pyric,
I didn't start this battle. We were just talking, and your your sneaky halfling over there, which I don't even know where she went, just started firing arrows at us. What was I supposed to do? In a warlike setting, you defend yourself. And he gestures to the paladin. Am I wrong in this? Did you saw what happened? You saw
I don't let.
I put my axe away and I take his committed sword and hand it back to him. And he goes, "These things happen. Don't let it happen again."
The halfling had told you what was going to happen. You did not respect my name, Captain.
I will make an intimidation check there, Seppi.
Okay. I'm terrible at this. I'm really annoyed.
I'm gonna assist Seppi
with advantage, Seppi, because you're glowing and you just blew away his.
I was gonna assist him by breathing, like how you can like breathe on the back.
That works too. That'll work.
You can't role play through dice. Intimidation. Oh yeah, let's try this out.
You got advantage.
I am not scary.
You get advantage.
No, I am not scary.
Yeah, he looks concerned. But he says he takes back his sword, and he says, "It was not my choice to fight this day. Much blood was spilt. I will. What is the exact message for Clark? I will send it. I will take it to him.
We want 5 new horses and food."
I shake my head.
I also Euphemia reminds Pyric that they cost us all of Harmon Casa's notes are also gone.
No, I look at the captain. I say, taking from others is wrong. It is not Moradin's way. He has been ordained in this, and now he must answer to me.
Hey, yes. Russ, does the Hobgoblin's half plate look like it would fit Coward?
Hobgoblins aren't small, so yeah, it with a little bit of adjusting, it probably could fit you.
We already have half plate from the skeleton. Don't forget too.
Calic's going to saunter up behind Ulrich and mention this. Hey, Ulrich, do you think that armor would fit me?
I believe it could fit you. And you're right. Taking from others is terrible, as I take the stuff off his dead companion my brother's eating.
Yeah.
Is he still charmed? And did charm have any effect on the stuff that I've been doing to him?
Well, he's not. He's only charmed to Karluk.
Oh.
Right? So charm person doesn't charm him to everybody in a radius.
He's a friendly acquaintance with Karluk.
Yeah, so he feels like Karluk is someone he can trust and understand. He also seems to be having a level of understanding with Ulrich. He seems to be viewing his sort of persuasions. He seems to be viewing Pyric. He's looking at where Euphemia is, but he can't quite see where she is exactly. But definite disdain every time he mentions the halfling's name. It's clear he feels like there was an unprovoked attack. And he also Pyric, he's looking at like he looks like he's looking at you like you're a crazy person, like you're a loose cannon, basically.
Well, I'm barking at him in Goblin.
Yeah, I mean, he respects he's definitely concerned about you. He's definitely very nervous about you. But he's with it almost is like he doesn't know if he can rationalize with you. So he's kind of focusing on the dwarf and Karluk.
I'm going to look at him in the eye and go, "A rich man's wooing seldom needs to be a long one. At best, if you leave before this turns south again."
He's like, "So I'll just be going then."
And my dear friend, Hobgoblin Captain, before we can let you go safely, you will have to leave us your armor.
I thought,
I'm so sorry for the inconvenience.
I thought your spellcaster just said that we shouldn't be taking things that don't belong to people.
Correct, and your armor belongs to us.
Why would that doesn't even make sense.
Russ, I'm going to bamf back into a dwarf.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of like wiping the blood off my beard as I sit up on that rock and I say, "You claim you did not provoke us into tactiles, even though you demanded what was ours. Now you are going to go back on your own law?"
Is this conversation all coming in Goblin?
I'm speaking
common.
He's speaking common. The Hobgoblin's speaking common.
Okay.
Pyrrhic speaking Goblin.
So who the hell knows what the elf is saying? I get it.
Yeah, the elf is speaking a language that some of you understand, but some of you don't.
I would like to lean into this conversation and say, My friend, I thought that might be the way, but this is not the way. You need to be giving us your armor now. I believe my friends here have the right of it. You established the law, and you must follow it. I'm intimidating him.
Okay, so excellent. So why don't you make an intimidation check, but take advantage because of everybody else is helping you with all their great lines as well.
There you go, 23.
You go. He looks very dejected about this, but he starts to disrobe, so he's basically down to his undergarments. And since Karlik asked for it first, he presents the suit well folded. It's clearly well oiled and well maintained, and he offers it to Minotaur.
Hey, large goblin, if you want, you can take a chainmail suit with you.
He actually he looks like he's picked a few battlefield in his day, and he's like, all right. He grabs the chainmail, and he puts it on, and then he says, so the message is we need to acquire some horses for you, and you want food. Food we do really well. He's got a whole restaurant set up there. I think you're really going to enjoy it. The horses, are you saying that we have a new directive for Clark and then we can acquire now non-food items from passersby?
Just stick with the food.
Because if you want us to, get back into the whole, Clark was telling me, I wasn't there when he had the goblin operation. But, since he kind of wanted to up level a little bit, so he brought in some of us when we came across his cave. And he was just saying, it was okay. There's some group of adventurers, I can only assume it's you, who made it very clear that we shouldn't really be stealing from people. But we did need to collect food. So it sounds like not horses, just food. Is that the directive?
I'm going to look at Pyrrhic and I'm going to say, you can't make a silk purse out of a pig's ear. This is all you.
Well, I mean, nobody listens to me, so I can say whatever I want. The dice are what they are. No amount of role playing can overcome dice. I just look at him. I say, I need the message that I need to deliver is that Clargus has upset me, and that you are taking from others is unacceptable.
Right. And a disembodied voice comes from somewhere he can't see to support Pyrrhic and says, and you must follow the way of Moradin, as Pyrrhic Starfinder has declared, and accept the brand of Moradin.
There's a brand of Moradin?
Mm-hmm.
You're used to the generic.
Do you have any books or materials that might explain the rules of Moradin that we could take back to the cave in and make sure that we're
one better. I have an entire dwarf you can take with you.
Thrall is like an entire agreement.
Wait, Thrall's going with them? It's a great idea.
All right.
I start walking where I moved my token, and I'm like, all right, let's wrap this up. We still have to get to Thunder Tree.
John, take a point of inspiration. Nice.
Very good, John. That was excellent.
I told you he was daft. You never listen to him.
That was awesome.
Oh, you can take my brother if you want. He's not worth much anyway.
So, using religion.
Hey, Thalric, get in your horse and ride all the way there.
Now, what actually happened to my horse? The last thing I know, we were riding horses to Thunder Tree.
I'm going to go and check that Devastator. You said he had scrolls and stuff on him, Russ?
Yeah, hang on. So, yes. So, he has a spell book, actually. So here's the situation, because we're at normal wrap-up time here. So, you're going to let this captain go?
Yeah.
Right?
No. I'm going to use religion. I'm use Moradin, and I'm going to use our paladin. And we're going to have a nice little ritual of contrition, Moradin style, for this captain. So he also has what did they say last time? He had an accident. Like a claw bite accident. What did Clark have?
Cooking accident.
A cooking accident.
Yeah.
This captain also needs a cooking accident to take with him.
So are you guys going to set up camp here and do this ritual with him for a little while?
Yes.
I don't think we should rush the role playing, so let's not just.
Let's do that next time. So I'll save it for next time. So it sounds like next time there's going to be the ritual of contrition. right? And I've got that written down, so that'll be perfect. And we also have to go through the any loot, that's right?
And I'm pretty sure Carlick took the most damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did too. I took like 41 at least.
Yeah, but Carlick went down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's
damage. You took the most, John? Okay.
I was
I took like
33.
41. Yeah, I took over 41 points.
So
a day.
John wins.
Wow.
All right.
So Thrall's doing the summary. Okay, great. So next time we got the ritual of contrition. After the ritual of contrition, do you guys know where you're going next, or is it dependent on the ritual?
We're going to go kill Clark.
You're going to the cave in next? Is that what's happening?
Go to the Thunder Tree. We have to get the Thunder Tree to find out where the
brother, go check on the horses. They're back there in the woods. So we should.
So everyone's clear.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later. You can figure out what we're doing.
All right.
Thanks, John.
Just so we're clear, so everybody, as you think about this, if you scroll down on the map I just switched to, you will see that you can see the cave in relative to everything else.
Yeah.
So if you scroll down, now our exit music is in.
We're here, right?
So you'll see down here, whoops. You'll see that the party's camped there near Helm's Hold. There's Thunder Tree. Yep. South of it's the Owl Well. To the just due east of the Owl Well is the castle, but then just south of the Owl Well is the cave in.
So our plan was to go to the Owl Well and then Cragmore, and Cragmaw, and I say we don't change our plans.
All right.
I say we skip the Owl Well.
Well, no, we don't want to go in the woods. The woods are dangerous. They make me feel creepy.
We have to go through the woods.
Plus Pyric. There's a well.
We want the shortest point through the woods as possible to get to Cragmore. Running all the way through here may look shorter, but it's a lot creepier. Would you go through the haunted house or just peek in the windows? Same thing.
It depends on how this religious ritual goes, whether you persuade me there, all right.
We'll have to role play that.
I am happy to. If he's willing to convert to Moradin, I will take the rest of as long as he wants to preach Moradin to him and teach him the ways of the Dwarven Lord and the Soul Forger.
So possibly Owl Well, then Cragmaw, and we're not worrying about the cave in till maybe later. We don't know.
Unless the guy actually becomes a complete, Mary Sue, we have to kill him.
All right. Excellent. All right. Excellent, guys. Great session. Good times all. Have a great night, and is everybody good for next Monday?
One last question: do you want me to work on getting Discord working with my unit, or are we going to do?
I'd be willing to try Discord again, but the auto is much better. It seems like this is much easier, so maybe I'll experiment with making this into like a webinar where we just put a link on Discord.
Okay,
and then people can chat and see here. We'll try that.
I'm not good next Monday because school vacation week.
Oh, that's right. It is school vacation week.
So 2 weeks.
So we'll take a break.
I have to take a couple of weeks just to mourn what happened here. I don't understand how you people made me murder all those people who I wanted to save their souls. And I don't understand why it's my job to save their souls, Paladin. I don't get it.
I'm super proud of you.
Pyric, if it makes you feel better, Pyric, the guy did have a fat spell book, which is
I was going to learn those things in the next millennium anyway. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry.
For what it's worth, I've decided they really weren't following the correct way, so I'm okay with how things turned out.
Don't be hasty, I once heard somebody say.
Hindsight is 20/20, Sheen.
Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@the d6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.